Okay. Tell you the story about a little girl named Annabelle. Princess Annabelle. Let me get it right. Okay. So, long, long time ago, in a land far, far away, there was a girl named Annabelle. And she liked the color yellow. She wore around her pretty yellow dress. And she drove around her pretty yellow bug. And with her everywhere she went, she carried a pack. Inside her pack, she carried everything. From babies to baby bottles to bracelets and her band-aids. Yes, her band-aids in case she got yayas. She loved her grandma so much, so she'd always drive her car to her grandma's house, where she'd see her bunga, and she loved her bunga with all her heart. And bunga spoiled her with so much crap. It was unbelievable. He bought her little car, a ball pit with balls, and she'd throw them outside of the ball pit. She liked to chase the dogs. Do you remember what the dogs' names were?
Junior Bud.
Mm-hmm.
Archer.
And Archer, yes. Junior, Bud, and Archer. They never bit Annabelle, even though she was a terror. And she grabbed places you're not supposed to grab dogs. But they never bit her. And this little girl, she was so independent. She went on her own little adventures. But she had to drive around her bug because she was afraid of grass. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, she was afraid of grass. So she had to walk on sidewalks. And if she ever just ran outside with her cousin Callista and found herself in the middle of a yard in grass, she'd freeze and just start crying until somebody picked her up. But this little girl, as independent as she was, she didn't let anybody do anything for her, ever. And if you did, she wanted to do it on her own again the next time. But every morning, this little princess would crawl. Well, no, crawl. She'd pull herself up on the top of the counters. And she would grab a bowl and grab a cup. But before she got up there, Annabelle would get in the refrigerator, grab a gallon of milk, put it on the counter, then grab her bowl and her cup. And she would pour herself a bowl of milk and a cup of milk as well. And she'd go get the cereal, crawl back up on the counter, and she would eat on the counter before anybody was awake. So if she fell down, nobody would know. But she never fell down. So she's okay. She's okay. And then Annabelle had a baby brother that she loved so much. And she's always taking care of little brother. E.T. She called him E.T. As you can tell, Annabelle had her own little language. She called E.T. talk. She had trouble with their S's, but it was so cute. But she fixed that later on in life. Let's see, what else? I don't know. Annabelle grew up, and she had a very evil stepmother who made her wash running boards and do the dishes and make the beds. They should have called her like Cinderella, but instead it's like Annabella. But Annabelle, she wore cooler clothes than Cinderella. And she didn't have to sleep with the dogs, but she chose to. She liked sleeping with dogs, especially Dolly. Let's see. What else? Let's see. Annabelle grew up to like cars, fast cars. Whenever she was 15 years old, Annabelle took a turn for the worse and decided to take the path less traveled, so to speak. She met some different people and made some bad choices. She skipped school and did drugs and failed English and Spanish. Apparently she's not good at languages. One day Annabelle decided she was going to steal a car and run away. But where Annabelle was going, nobody knew. Where do you think Annabelle was going?
To a different palace.
It's a different kingdom and a different city. Last I know it was Clovis. Boy, was she in for a big surprise.
How far did she get?
Annabelle, well, before she decided to run away, she stole the car. She had to finish her final, her EOC. I don't even know what class it was for, but it was important to her to finish her classes. But little did Annabelle know that her mother cared so much for her. When she knew about her being missing, she put it all over Facebook and on every street corner so that everybody could find her daughter. So Annabelle did not get very far. Annabelle didn't even get to leave the school. She wasted her money on the full tank of gas. But no worries, she had breakfast. With her best friend, Destiny. Little did Annabelle know that her destiny was coming to an end very soon. So, Annabelle goes to school and takes her...
The EOC.
The EOC. Nope, she gets into school and the sheriffs were there waiting for her because Mother was very worried. They handcuff her and put her in the back of a sheriff's car. But because Mom loves her so much, she didn't press charges on her for stealing the car. Right then and there, Annabelle's mom, the Queen, yes, the Queen, could have made a decision to let the princess go live with the king in a different kingdom. But she chose not to. Because the Queen had other plans. The Queen knew deep down inside of Annabelle, Princess Annabelle, that little light that was inside of her was at a dim, dim glow. But she just needed to restart that fire by not giving up hope. So Annabelle got taken back to the kingdom where she belongs, in hopes for a new start where Annabelle will be happy. And Annabelle won't be sad because Annabelle knows that she's loved. And she's gonna live happily ever after in the long life that she has. It's not the end, just the end of a chapter. I love you.
Love you too, Mom.